All right. Hello, everybody. So, in this video, I want to talk about finding your purpose. I spent about the past 3 months spending very little activity on social media. I pretty much stopped posting until just recently, maybe about a week or week and a half ago, is when I started back because I really wanted to dive in and to learn more about this topic. I had a certain understanding about purpose in my own life, and I wanted to understand it deeper. And what I discovered was slightly a little bit different than my understanding. And I want to share this with you, and I want to just kind of dive right into it. And so I can make this video very short. Apologize if I don't dive into a lot of everything in here because it is a very deep topic to really dive into. The main thing I want to cover today is understanding that the purpose for why we are here is all the same for each person. All of us have the same purpose. And that purpose is to go back, is to connect back to the Creator, is to be able to know who we really are, which is the same thing. Every one of us is an aspect of God, an aspect of the Creator, aspect of the intelligent being or the intelligence, the essence of life. We are all an aspect of it, but it's not just being alive. That part, that energy, that essence that keeps us alive, and that is in every single thing. That consciousness is what every single person here is moving towards. Our one purpose in life is to understand who we are and to not just learn about it, like read it in the book or talk about it, but to experience it and to be that. And so knowing that that is our purpose, to achieve that is to be on our mission. And our mission is different for each person. Our mission is the work that we do here. It is the activities that we do here. It is what we do to serve other people. It's what our interests are. It's what our desires are. We use these desires and these things to accomplish our purpose. So if a person was to go and have a business where they're serving people, selling them some type of product, some type of service, their goal outside of making sure the business is operational, their actual goal is to accomplish their purpose. But the way that they do it here is maybe through business, maybe through as they're conducting business, as they are building relationships with their customers and with their team members, as they're living life, and then as they become a father or mother or their sister and brother, through the living of life, which is all part of our mission, we can accomplish our purpose, which is to understand who we really are, which is to connect back to God, connect back to the Creator, the one that made us and every single other thing. If we don't know what our purpose is, and we follow our mission, then no matter how well we do that mission, we don't gain much from it. We can accomplish our mission and do very well in it. But if we miss out on why we're even on that mission, why we are even doing those things, then what happens is once we pass and we're done with this life, we will remember that we were supposed to come here for something different. And then we come back here and we start all over again with a blank slate. So no matter what it is that we are following in our life, no matter what we feel called to do, called to say yes to, we always got to remember that there is a primary purpose. And that purpose is to connect within ourselves, know who we really are, and to connect to the Creator. But it doesn't mean that we sit there and just read books or we sit there and just do all these things. It doesn't have to mean that. For some people, maybe yes. For some people, something else. But there's so many infinite ways, infinite routes to get to the same place. And because we're all going to the same place, but because we all have a different history, we all grew up differently, we all have different unique gifts. And so we utilize these gifts, we utilize all of our experiences, and then we take those and we apply it into our life. And by doing that, we start to discover who we are. We start to realize that the things that we are not, the unconscious beliefs that we believed that we were, we start to let go of. When we read about this and we read about what is the creator, like if the creator was in a human form, how would this person be? There are many, many, many teachings that talk about this. And this is something that most of our parents have told you to develop enough courage, let go of fears and just go for it. And maybe that's only the first step, because after that, something else unfolds. For another, they may find, I really don't know what it is that I need to do. I really have no idea. I'm just kind of living life every day. But once you discover that my purpose is to go ahead and discover who I am, which is to go ahead and let go of everything that I am not. So all of these beliefs about myself, about my life, about how to live, when I realize that those things keep me shriveled down in this little small self, this little fearful little self, I let go of those things. And every time when we let go of something, we expand as a person, and we expand as a consciousness, as a personal consciousness, and we start to move forward towards our purpose. But that expansion takes action. And so we can't just sit here and just think, or we can't just sit here and just meditate every day. There's also action that needs to be done. And so therefore we learn it by doing things. We learn it by experiencing things. But for those that have no idea of what to do, the way to find out is to use a combination of our mind and our body, particularly to be able to, when we are confused on which one, because we are thinking about certain things and we're feeling certain things, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and clear our slate. And when we look at the options, see which one feels good and trust the way you feel about it. If you may not understand it in your mind quite yet, it doesn't matter. Trust the way you feel and go for it. And what happens is when you take that step forward based on how you felt, maybe the next step will still feel a little scary. But even though if it feels good inside, you may think initially about the fears, but if it feels good and there's innate of, I trust that this is the right move, even though I don't know why, we take another step and we take another step. And therefore our mission starts to unfold. And our mission a lot of times is not just one track. It's take a path here and then take a path here and take a path here and take a path here. And throughout our life, we're taking a lot of times different paths. And so even if we were to find our mission right now and we go, this is what I was meant to do. Okay, great. But maybe in 5 years from now, it changes. And so we don't want to look at it as, I'm going to hold on to this because this is why I'm here. If we do that, then we've confused ourselves. Remember, the mission is to only accomplish your purpose. So when the mission is done, when you don't feel drawn to it and you feel called for something else, follow that something else, because it's not about what you're doing. The mission isn't about those, the purpose isn't about those things. There's only that one purpose, to learn who we are. And so therefore, as we take on different things in our life, that's our mission. As you become your friend, and you're a teacher, and you're a manager, and you're a mother, or you're a husband, and you're a father, and all these different steps of life, you're a grandfather, and so forth. When you take on these different steps, let it unfold, but always remember the ultimate purpose of what you're here. And so this way, we let that purpose guide us in how to do the mission. Because if you found out I'm supposed to go and do that task, but there are so many ways to accomplish that task, and there's so many ways of how you can be, and what's going to help you stay aligned to how you want to decide on how to be. And that decision is based on knowing what your purpose are. So let's say if I'm going to start a business, and my business is to help people get in shape, and I can run this business in a lot of ways, infinite amount of ways. So which one would I use? What way would I use to decide what's best? Best. If I don't know my purpose, then I might look at it and go, well, the way that makes the most money. So then I look at it and I design the structure of this business all about money. And what happens? Maybe I accomplish this mission and I make a lot of money. But because I'm so focused on money, I don't get to learn who I am. I probably end up maybe pulling out and expressing a lot of who I'm not. So now on the outside, I look like I've done such a great job. But on the inside, I have totally bombed and failed my purpose. And so maybe we're in that business for 7 years. And we think, oh, I'm doing so well. And on the mission side, we've progressed. But on the purpose side, we may have degressed. And so what happens at the end of 7 years? You've accumulated a lot of things, but inside, there's a deeper emptiness. Inside, there's a deeper confusion. So what do? We hold on to what we created and go, man, I don't want to let this go. Even though there's another opportunity, we're like, I don't really want to let it go. Okay, fine. I'm going to let it go because I want to chase the money. See, money is not the bad guy. It's not like that. Because we need money in order to go and live. Money is an exchange of energy. You know, it helps us to be able to spread our messages. It helps us be able to create the things that we're meant to create. But when we look at our purpose in the mission that we're doing, the purpose of what we do is to just make money, which is what a lot of people are fixated on. When our deciding factor is choice A or choice B, which one should I do? Which one makes the most amount of money? Choice A, I'm going to go with that. When your deciding factor is like that, you will fail your purpose. Doesn't matter how well you accomplish any mission, you will fail the purpose of why you're here. And therefore, when this is the way to decide, no accomplishment in the missions that you take on is going to create any deep satisfaction. The satisfactions will be so short. But when we look at this and we go, choice A or choice B, which one would help me accomplish my purpose? Which one would I feel more aligned with who I am? With what I'm learning about myself, which one allows me to express more and help me learn more about myself? If we look at it like that, that should be the deciding factor. And then maybe the next one after that is, okay, which one's the most profitable? Because we still need this operation to continue to run. But we never want to have making money and gaining more material possessions as the deciding factor for how we make choices. Because ultimately, once we understand this idea of mission and purpose, it comes to making decisions. Everybody, we're working, we're doing stuff. The decisions that we make is what really determines the path. Once we understand kind of this overarching idea, every decision that we're making, every day, all the moments, how are we making the decisions? What are the priorities that allow us to decide on choice A or choice B? And when we take a step back and we go, okay, I'm going to switch this around and make sure that when I decide, I'm always going to do my best to decide based on aligning with my purpose in life. If we always use that, then that becomes like this internal compass. And maybe we don't get every single choice right because there's a lot of choices that we make every day. But when we're anchoring to that compass and we have to make over a week 50, 70 choices, but we're really anchored to that compass, the likelihood of making better choices that align to accomplishing our purpose significantly increases. But when we don't have that anchor, then what's going to allow us to know what choice to make? That's the main message. So I have an appointment I'm to run to. Sunset. It's coming down. I'm gonna go to the beach now, go for a little jog and a little workout. I wanted to make this video to kind of talk about that. I want to dive much more deeper into this topic. And thank you for leaving your questions. The reason why I talked about this is because I saw a post. Somebody wrote on a post I posted it recently on Instagram, talking about finding purpose. So I wanted to make this for you guys. Just want to do some quick shout outs here. Thank you guys for joining. Vincent, thanks for the insight. Yes, Jay, Wonderman, I am Ivayu, and Pun, Dennis Wynn, Ian, hey, what's up, buddy? Moneybags, Nick Taylor, Jason. All right, Son Goku.